My name is Zach Curtis. I am 26 years old and I have autism, and I was diagnosed with autism in the 1990s at age 2.5 years old. I am currently involved in Best Buddies and Best Buddies International, and I am currently a state and global ambassador, a member of the Best Buddies Indiana Advisory Board, and a former YLC member. I am currently involved in Best Buddies Champion of the Year campaign, where I'm a campaign manager for a guy named Ian, and I have been doing campaign managing for quite a while now. And
What do you want people to know about autism?
since most people don't know what autism is a disorder where it affects the social skills. And for me, with my autism, at times I can, do things that I know that I shouldn't do, and I don't always, look before crossing streets, but I'm working on it. And at times, I can make comments that aren't really necessary or insert myself in conversations that don't pertain to me. And what I also want others to know is autism, it's not a disease. It's, not something that you're going to die from. It's a disorder that, comes with challenges such as sensory, because some people with autism, are sensitive to like brightness, loud sounds. And for an example, like my girlfriend, who's also autistic, we have different personalities. I can handle being in crowds of people and firecrackers going off, and she cannot. With autism, we all have the same emotions. For me, I have issues at times with my emotional well-being, and I'm not able to express certain things as well as most of you are.
What was it like growing up with autism?
When I was diagnosed with autism, they said I wouldn't talk or be normal. And there was this one lady when I was younger saying to my mom that I would have to be squeezed real tight to sit still. And my mom was like, we're not doing all that. One of the things that is difficult and was difficult when I was little was dealing with transition and change. That was a huge struggle for me when I was little, but as I got older, I learned to, rein it in. It wasn't until towards, middle of high school, sophomore to junior year of high school is when I started to learn how to deal with change. Like, for an example, when I was little, if we were going somewhere to a restaurant and we ended up going somewhere different, I wasn't having it, forget it. But as I got older, I learned to realize that, change is different and change is good. And, because, even though I deal with change better, but there are days where I prefer to have things according to plan, where it's, my way, and where I want to do things my way. And I'm learning that, another way is better than my own way.
What were your experiences like at school?
Basically, at school, growing up was pretty good for the most part. At times, I struggled making friends and fitting in. At times, I was picked on and bullied and abused by people who didn't quite understand me or get me or knew my disability. And at times, there were kids at church that weren't nice to me or, didn't make me feel like I fit in with the rest of them.
Did you have any therapy?
Yes, I did. I did speech therapy, occupational therapy. I'm currently in behavioral therapy through the Family Service Waiver. And before my second birthday, I was placed in early intervention and sensory integration.
What do you work on in behavior therapy?
My behavioral therapist, she works on social boundary, because with my autism, I have issues with boundaries and issues with controlling the impulses. And there are times where I can be loud in the volume of my voice and my comments aren't always appropriate, and my comments have gotten me in trouble in various places such as school and work.
What are your hobbies and interests?
I work out, I run on the treadmill, I enjoy, reading and journaling, and I watch TV. And when I'm not working, I am involved in Special Olympics, and I've done some volunteer work at my church. I was a greeter until, COVID hit and that changed. And now I've done some volunteer work with special needs, at the last church I attended. And when I was in fourth grade, I was kind of like a class peer tutor for a girl named Maggie.
What groups were you involved in during high school?
I was involved in Best Buddies. I was involved in student government, student athletic council, NHS, student venture, crew, fellowship of Christian athletes. I was varsity boys basketball manager junior and senior year. I was cheer manager, alternate Tiger mascot, Lady Tigers, track and field manager, and I was involved in Riley Dance Marathon. I was reevaluated for autism at Riley when I was 11 years old in the sixth grade.
Can you tell us more about Best Buddies?
Best Buddies is an international organization that provides opportunities for one-to-one friendships, leadership opportunities, job opportunities, and inclusive living for people with and without intellectual and developmental disabilities, IDD, which is in all 50 states and 50 countries outside the United States. It was founded in 1989 by Anthony Kennedy Shriver, so it serves a lot of people. And I got involved in Best Buddies when my teacher at my 8th grade IEP case conference about Best Buddies, and my freshman year got off to a very rocky start. Freshman year, I did not want to go to school. I didn't want to come. Some days it was really bad for several reasons. I struggled fitting in with some of the people in my special ed classroom, and I got bullied by them.
Can you tell us more about your best buddy, Madeline?
Madeline and I first met in junior high. We met in 8th grade when she was a peer tutor for me in Family and Consumer Assignments, which stands for FACS. We knew of each other in 7th grade and didn't become close towards the end of 7th to early 8th grade. And, we were matched all 4 years of high school, and our friendship still continues to this day. She recently got engaged, and she is getting married in October of next year.
Who are the people in your life who have supported and inspired you?
My mom and my very first special education teacher named Miss Peggy Rosenfeld, and she's the one that has gotten me to where I am today. And also all my speech language pathologists and my family and friends, and the many people who supported me along the way. And I'm grateful for my mom who, can work with all my medical care experts and medical caregivers when I need intervention.
What are your goals for the future?
It's hard to dissipate right now. My goals are to get my driver's license because I don't have a driver's license, but I have some form of ID, which is a state ID. And I would love to have my own car, continuing living in my apartment, and getting my college degree and making a good life for myself.
What goals are you proud of accomplishing?
I recently accomplished by moving into my apartment and paying the rent and electric bill.
What advice do you have for students on how to treat others who have a disability?
Think if it was your sibling or if it was someone in the family that you knew that has a disability, how would you want them treated out in the community? If you see someone that's new to the school, or if you see someone that's left out by themselves, invite them to sit with you at lunch or play a game with you at recess. Because we're all different. Like for me, autism is, it has its challenges. I'm different, but not that different, but I'm also the same and unique.
What are some positive things about having autism?
The positive things are having autism is that For me, I have a gift of memory and super memory, things that I've done in the past and present. And I can remember people's birthdays and remember the dates of things and full details of my life from when I was little to now.
What is challenging about having a disability?
Because for me, with autism, I fully know the difference between right and wrong, and I fully understand that as I get older, people are going to be understanding, but same time, this world doesn't care if you're disabled or not. They expect you to know better like everybody else.
What do you most want people to know about you?
That I am a personable guy and I am friendly and outgoing and smart, patient, independent, and for the most part, I'm pretty, mellow and patient.
Is there one thing that you want people to remember from this video?
If you see someone that's, a bit different than you, ask if you could sit with them, get to know them. We're all different. Not everybody dresses the same or talks the same or, acts the same. The world would be different if we all were the same.